Have people literally lost their minds? Like, have people stopped using their brains to think logically for themselves? And this is why I say this. I'll tell you a little story, right? We had a flip house and it got finished. We listed on the market during this whole thing, during this whole, whatever you want to call this. And we had people interested. We still showed the house. It was a vacant house. We're not supposed to. We still did because you know what? Some people need a home to move into and live in, right? So what we ended up doing, we just gave the lockbox code to just the buyers themselves. Their agent didn't even go because they were scared. But we gave them the lockbox code. They walked through the house. They loved it. They ended up putting an offer the next day at asking price because gotta say that, right? And so they walked through the house. They liked it and they sent over an offer, right? So fast forward a few weeks later, the agent for the buyer had to use her title company. Like they had to. And to me, this is the most annoying, stupid thing ever, but that's how we do things. So whatever. Fine by me, right? So our title agency, they did everything. Everything was good. No issues. Everything was fine, right? When the buyers went there, one of the buyers is a doctor, right? So you got the doctor and the spouse. So they went to the title company, signed their papers, and they should have known this from the very beginning. But as soon as they got there, they asked all the questions that you get asked now. Or you have a fever? Do you cough? Are you feeling sick? All this stuff, right? And they asked them if they're a doctor, and obviously they said yes. And they were exposed, and they're like, I work in a damn hospital. You're like, probably. And the title company freaked out. So what they ended up doing, they let the spouse sign, but not the person that's a doctor. So this is kind of my point in saying people have lost their mind. Literally, they went there together. They probably made out, banged, whatever else the night before, all this other shit, right? And you're not going to let the doctor sign. To me, it just, and okay, fine. I get the argument of not wanting to put yourself in that position if you're exposed. That's fine. So they're like, what if they sit in their car? They can sign the papers in front of you. Again, freaked out? No. So then they came up with the solution that they're going to Zoom call. But state of Michigan, for some reason, isn't approved for Zoom call signings or something. I don't know what ended up happening. And after that happened, then what they did was they ended up just giving them the papers. They signed it, through outside the title company, and they ended up closing the deal. But to me, people's way of thinking logically about things doesn't make sense, right? Mostly in this example, right? So you're going to let the spouse sign that has been exposed just as much as the actual doctor, but you're not going to let the doctor sign. So to me, it would make more sense if no one can sign, but when both people, or when one person can sign and the other can't, it's just mind blowing that people's minds work in such a, I don't even know what to call it other than, I don't have a word for it, a wrong, terrible, 2 + 2 = 15 in their mind. I don't know. But that's just kind of the point of this video is just use common sense. And I know common sense isn't very common, but just think about things for a second and you come up with a solution. Like when the agent called me, she was like freaking out. Like, we can't sign the papers, all this stuff. And I'm like, have them sign through the damn window. Like, why do they have to be in the same room? What's the difference if they sign outside at the back door through the glass and the lady watches her if they're face to face? There's absolutely no difference, right? So, anyway, that was my quick story, and the house is sold, so that's what really matters. But we got a great story out of it. So, I hope you have a great night, and catch you on the next one. This button is really annoying, just so you know. If you ever get one of these Foodle Tech deals, the tripod is sweet. The button, nope. You gotta smash it.